She did it. Kamala finally answering a single question. After 33 days of dodging and hiding from the press and refusing to do interviews, Kamala also says that she's ready to throw down and go toe-to-toe with Fox News. Our very own Peter Ducey getting Harris to say this.
Madam Vice President,
hi.
congratulations.
Good to see you.
Are you ready for your Fox News interview? Good to see you, man.
I'm working towards it.
Jesse, she's been on the job doing interviews for her entire career.
Yeah.
What's the getting ready for?
Well, she's getting ready for the debate, and we hear she's cramming because she's never done a presidential debate, and she's nervous, and it has to go well, because if it doesn't go well, her whole momentum is shot. Jessica just said that if the election was held today, she'd win, she'd lose. The RCP battlegrounds, Trump's ahead, and he's ahead in the betting market. So it's a tight race. It is.
Okay.
Her honeymoon will not last. Everybody knows the honeymoon doesn't last. Well, mine did with Emma, but not everybody has that special relationship. She has not taken questions from voters. She has not taken questions from the media. She's not taking questions from Trump. So there is going to be a collision at some point with democracy and Kamala Harris. One of these days she'll get around to it. Right now she's playing scared, and you know what happens when you play scared? You get hurt.
Yeah.
And that could happen.
Make comments and say people take Cialis.
Is that going to get me hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're
Jessica,
civilized
we're
right
going to
now.
switch seats.
No. I can reach you from there.
Please don't come to me next.
Katie, is the interviews at the tarmac good enough?
No.
The questions, because that's what they're like, she finally answered. That, to me, doesn't count.
Of course, it doesn't count, especially when you're saying, I'm walking up the stairs. We know you're going to walk up the stairs. That's why they're there. That's what they're for. Obviously, you're getting on the plane and you're leaving to go somewhere else. But honestly, why would she answer questions ahead of the debate? The media is doing all of the work for her. They're debasing themselves, journalists and reporters, by publishing on anonymous background, anonymous statements, walking back her positions from 2019, 2020. She doesn't have to defend anything, and their whole strategy is not to get nailed down on specifics. She can't run on what she wanted to in 2019, 2020 because she literally had to drop out of the race as the first person because they were so far left, even the Democrats weren't buying them. And Joe Biden had to drop out of the race because his policies were unpopular among the country, and he was losing to Donald Trump. So she doesn't have a lot of places to go unless she's going to try and redefine herself, which is what we saw this week at the DNC and in her speech. So she wants to just be kind of this blank slate where the media can defend her and she doesn't have to say anything. So I think it's a little embarrassing to be the first female nominee and not speak for yourself, but that's up to her.
I do, too, think that's embarrassing. As someone who cares about women.
It's not your turn, Jesse. It's rude, okay?
Okay.
I want to give Jessica as much time as I can here.
You just take it. I've been saying you're rude for years.
I know.
And Tyra says it.
You're
and you're
both
immediately
right.
quiet.
You're both right.
Listen, Gavin Newsom asked for America to show, and the media to show grace. Do you think that was the right, quote-unquote, grace? What do you think you mean by grace? What are we supposed to be waiting for or be patiently waiting for?
I think that what he was talking about was that this campaign is just a month old in this iteration. And you can tell that it is very different from the campaign that they were running with Joe Biden at the top of the ticket. The emotions are different. The way that it's polling is different. The candidate is vastly different. And she's figuring out exactly what policies she wants to lead with. She did give her economic proposals. I understand that the price gouging one was widely panned by Democrats and Republicans. But that she needed to get through the convention. She's preparing for this debate. And then she'll do it when she's ready to do it. But, you guys being upset about this doesn't really affect the outcome of the election. The people who are supporting Kamala Harris or might support Kamala Harris, I've spoken to a lot of independent voters. They're not mad that she hasn't sat down with Leslie Stahl. They want to get to know her. They want to see how the campaign unfolds. They want the policy positions. They're looking forward to the debate. This is something that is really only getting right-wingers upset, or conservatives.
See the word upset, Judge? No, but I'm not upset. I don't care. I'm not voting for her anyway. But the point is like, why does it, no one's upset. They always want to throw feelings in when you're asking just a question. In fact, when are you going to speak?
It's interesting. The woman who has held the highest office in the land in the history of the United States of America, who has been the vice president for the last 3.5 years, who has been touted as fierce and fearless just last night.
Ready on day one.
Yeah, ready to go, can't talk. It's not that we're upset. we're just kind of shocked.
You're
It goes
bothered.
along with the, what Bobby Kennedy was talking about. It is a sham, rigged primary where the woman didn't earn one vote, where she got to be vice president in spite of the fact that she believed the president was a racist. And in the end, this is a woman who says, I'm working toward it. You kind of get the sense that she's trying to, get her courage up. But I really believe that she, and this is what's disappointing, she is more concerned about the media thinking she doesn't know the answer than not knowing the answer. Because anyone who was in that position of power would be saying to herself, I need to know what the issues are. I need to be comfortable with them. She's not. She's just worried about how she appears. That's what the whole thing was in Chicago. It was a Hollywood show. And in the end, you've got Donald Trump. They hate him. They have Trump derangement syndrome. They can't talk about anything without talking about him. He goes to the black journalist. Okay, he goes into the bodega in Harlem. He goes into every TV network he's done an interview. And you know what? If she wants to be the female Barack Obama, baby, come and do Fox, just like Barack Obama did.
Or is she a little nervous because old Tulsi Gabbard's in the training room with the president? Who knows?
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.